We now proceed to our next panel discussion. In the Asia-Pacific region, where over half of the world's youth reside, unemployment among those aged 15 to 24 remains a pressing issue. Public employment services play a key role in bridging this gap, and technology has become a powerful tool to help young people access better opportunities.
This session will now explore how countries are using digital tools and platforms to enhance youth career guidance and job matching. Now to moderate the session, we have Mr. Romualdo A. Garcia, the National President of the Public Employment Service Office Managers Association of the Philippines, or PESOMAP Incorporated, for 2026 to 2028.
Thank you very much, Celine and Red. Good afternoon, everyone. I am pleased to welcome you all to the session on technology in PES to support youth in a smooth transition from school to work. Let me give you first a glimpse of what this session is all about. The rapid advancement of technology has transformed the way public employment services operate, creating new opportunities to better support young people in their transition from school to work. In many economies, digital platforms and labor market information systems are being leveraged to connect job seekers with employers more effectively, provide career guidance, and deliver skills training remotely. For youth, especially those who are not in education, employment, or training, technology-enabled PES can bridge critical gaps by offering accessible, data-driven, and inclusive services that help them navigate the evolving world of work. As industries continue to digitalize, ensuring that young people are equipped with the right competencies and are effectively matched with decent employment becomes both an economic and social imperative. This panel session explores how digital transformation with public employment services can enhance youth employability and foster smoother school-to-work transitions. It will highlight best practices, innovative tools, and policy approaches that strengthen career readiness, improve job matching, and empower public employment services to deliver more responsive youth-centered services in a rapidly changing labor market. This afternoon, we are privileged to have three presenters. At this point in time, I would like to invite our three presenters for this panel. Here on stage, please, Mr. Arsenio Archie Sabado, the Global Chief Human Resources Officer of the Jollibee Group. Ms. Farah, she wishes to be addressed just Ms. Farah, but her full name is Ms. Farah Wahida Anwar, and she is from Malaysia, the head of Capacity Building Employment Services, Employment Insurance Systems, PERCESO, and Mr. Kim Peck from Cambodia, the Deputy Director General of the National Employment Agency. Please join me here on stage. Thank you. To officially open the session, it is my honor to introduce our first panelist for this session. He is no other than Mr. Arsenio Archie Sabado, the Global Chief Human Resources Officer of the Jollibee Group, bringing over 3 decades of experience in leadership, development, talent management, and organizational transformation. Under his leadership, Jollibee has strengthened its global capabilities and culture of excellence. He was named the 2024 PMAP People Manager of the Year and one of the ETHR World Southeast Asia's top 100 most influential human resource leaders. Before joining Jollibee, he held senior human resource roles at ABS-CBN, Philip Morris International, and San Miguel Corporation. He holds a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering from the University of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the joyful journeys, empowering and inclusion through technology and partnership, a round of applause to Mr. Arsenio Sabado.
Thank you all for the kind introduction and invitation to speak and address to you today. To all the guests, led by our beloved Dole Secretary, Benny Laguesma, Dole Undersecretaries, Carmela Torres and Felipe Egargo, ILO Country Director, Khalid Hassan, WAPES Secretariat, Executive Secretary Amandine Mognard, Project Coordinator Minako Takasaki, delegates and friends who have traveled near and far to be here this afternoon. A joyful afternoon to everyone. Before I start, let me call out 3 individuals who were responsible for putting together this afternoon's presentation. They are Rochi, Nice, and Shell over there. Please stand up to be recognized. Not only they put together the presentation, but they are also responsible for the joyful experiences that participants are going through and enjoying within the Jollibee Group. So if you have any questions later on, you can direct it to them, please. In Jollibee Group, we often say that joy is more than what we serve. It is what we share. And this afternoon, I would like to share a story of how that joy has grown, how it continues to open doors, build lives, and create possibilities for every Filipino. The story of Jollibee is a testament to what is possible when you dare to dream big. From our humble beginnings as an ice cream parlor in 1975, we set out to become the #1 restaurant company in the Philippines, a dream realized through the love of Filipino families for our beloved Jollibee brand. We then dared to go further, expanding not only Jollibee, but a portfolio of well-loved brands beyond our Philippine borders, eventually becoming #1 in Asia. Today, we are a global company with 19 brands in 32 countries, continuing our journey towards our boldest dream yet, to become one of the top 5 restaurant companies in the world, always guided by the joy that has defined us from the very start. As we grew, we came to understand what truly drives our success. It is our people and the joy they bring to others. In 2023, we gave voice to what has always been at our core, our employer brand, Choose Joy. It is who we are and what we stand for, creating meaningful experiences, building lasting connections, nurturing brands that touch lives, and dreaming boldly for the future. It reminds us that joy isn't just in what we achieve, but in how we live our purpose, spreading beyond our workplaces to families, communities, and the nation we help build together. Why choosing joy matters. The belief behind Choose Joy goes beyond the workplace. It reflects our commitment to building a stronger, more inclusive nation where every Filipino can learn, work, and thrive. Many young Filipinos want to work but may lack education or training. Seniors and persons with disabilities seek meaningful ways to contribute. And across industries, the challenge is to make education and employment more accessible and relevant. These realities remind us why Choose Joy matters. Because joy, in its truest sense, is about enabling possibilities and helping more Filipinos take part in progress. We bring our commitment to nation building to life through partnership with governments and schools, building pathways to employment and skills development for every sector of our society. For the youth, we focus on creating early access to work experiences and skills training. Some examples under DOLE is the Special Program for Employment of Students, SPES, which provides short-term employment to students and out-of-school youth, helping them earn income and continue their education. With the Department of Education, we have the Senior High School Quick Service Restaurant Curriculum, which integrates classroom learning with real-world QSR immersion, preparing students for future careers in food service. Through TESDA, the ACE QSRO program offers supervised industry learning and TESDA-recognized certification for underprivileged youth aspiring to join the industry. For working professionals, we support career growth through CHED's expanded tertiary educational equivalency and accreditation program and the Philippine University of the Philippines Faculty Jollibee Group Employee Continuing Development Training Programs. And for seniors and persons with disabilities, our Special Employment for Seniors and PW program with DOLE and local governments promotes inclusive employment and meaningful participation. Together, we're strengthening the country's employment ecosystem, building pathways to opportunity, empowerment, and shared growth. Let's take a look at how our partnership are driving meaningful progress on the ground in the more recent years. From our pilot batch in 2024, we trained 25 QSRO scholars, of which 21 completed their FBS NC2 certification. 18 have finished their OJT, and about 13 of them are now part of our store teams. Starting this 2025, 50 more learners will gain valuable hands-on experience in our stores. Through our inclusive employment programs, about 800 seniors and persons with disabilities have joined our workforce since 2019, each one contributing their unique talent, resilience, and own personal brand of joy. And through SPES, 900 young Filipinos will eventually take part in their first meaningful step into the world of work. Each of these numbers represents lives transformed and potential realized. And while we're proud of the progress we've made, we know we can do even more to open new doors, create opportunities, and share the joy of work with every Filipino. I'm sure by now you all know that the answer lies in technology, not as a replacement for people, but as an enabler of connection, inclusion, and opportunity. In the Philippines, digitalization is a powerful bridge linking government, business, and communities. It helps make opportunities more accessible, efficient, and responsive to every Filipino's needs. Imagine a unified job matching platform, which right now in the Philippines is still a big ambition, but Mr. Otake earlier mentioned that it is already possible and in fact happening in some parts of the world, like in Japan. This is very inspirational for us. This will allow us to empower students, professionals, and seniors alike to find real-time opportunities that fit their skills. Digital career mapping and e-learning can guide young people towards future-ready paths, while integration with TESDA and DepEd ensures training aligns with industry demand. And as technology advances and everyone else experience, these personal experiences through faster feedback, digital IDs, and e-referrals are making hiring simpler, fairer, and more transparent. Ultimately, digitalization moves us from coordination, which is heavy manualized, to true collaboration, helping us work smarter, reach farther, and create impact faster. Jollibee Group is laying the foundation for digital collaboration. We are still in very early stages of digital integration externally, but within the Jollibee Group, we are already taking concrete steps to make the employee journey more seamless, efficient, and joyful. Attraction, for instance, is now happening through social media and virtual interviews, widening access to opportunities. Onboarding is faster with cloud-based tools, digital contracts, and hybrid orientation. Training is technology-enabled, building job-ready skills, while automated timekeeping and payroll make work easier and more accurate. And even at offboarding, we keep a digital database for possible future employment, ensuring every door to opportunity stays open. As we strengthen partnerships externally, we also are improving our internal digital systems, building the foundation for stronger collaboration ahead. We now use an applicant tracking system that automates screening, scheduling, and onboarding, helping us manage applicants efficiently, improve transparency, and speed up hiring. Our digital learning platforms and mobile-based training support continuous learning and reskilling, helping employees grow and stay employable. Although analytics and workplace planning are still early days, we are creating this as a single source of truth for manpower data, enabling better forecasting, reducing mismatches, and improving job quality. Objectives that I heard earlier that our PESO institution have been trying to address as well. All these internal technology enhancements will one day elevate our partnership to the next level. So as we reflect on our journey, 3 key lessons stand out. Guiding how we create joyful experiences, empowering people, and driving inclusion through technology and partnerships. The first one is that joy begins with purpose. Empowerment happens when people find meaning in what they do. By creating purposeful and inclusive opportunities, especially for youth, seniors, and persons with disabilities, we turn employment into experiences that uplift individuals and communities. Choose joy is at the heart of this philosophy. Meaningful work powered by purpose and creates meaningful lives. The second lesson learned is technology is a powerful enabler of joy. It connects people to opportunity, making jobs easier to access, making learning more inclusive, and career paths clearer. The third one, and the last one, is partnerships build the nation. Collaboration with government, educational institutions, and industry stakeholders allow us to create pathways where talent, opportunity, and purpose meet. By integrating technology into these partnerships, like linking our internal systems with public employment platforms, which will soon be a reality after hearing the PESO presentation earlier, we enhance job matching, skills development, and equitable access for all. Let me close by saying these lessons remind us that joy is not just a feeling, it's a force we create together. When we combine purpose, technology, and partnerships, we co-create experiences that drive inclusion, impact, and progress for our beloved nation. So let's all choose joy. Maraming salamat po, and magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation, sir. Indeed, you have proven that joy is a force for impact, inclusion, and nation building, empowering and inclusion of the youth, the senior citizens, and the persons with disabilities through skills development and inclusive employment. Once again po, a big round of applause to Mr. Arsenio Sabado. We will now proceed to our second presentation. Ms. Farah Wahida Anwar from Malaysia is the head of Capacity Building Employment Services, Employment Insurance System, PERCESO Malaysia, or the Social Security Organization Malaysia. Ms. Farah has served as a case manager of PERCESO and as the head of the Capacity Building Unit under the Employment Services Division in AIS PERCESO, where she focused on improving job matching services and supporting workforce readiness through digital platforms such as My Future Jobs. Her career reflects a strong commitment to helping individuals navigate the job market and enhance their employability. She will present Harnessing Technology for Youth, Enabling a Smooth School-to-Work Transition Through Public Employment Services. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm applause to Ms. Farah Wahida Anwar.
Thank you, the moderator. All right. I shall time myself first because I only have like 10 minutes. All right. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for the host of WAPES APRC Philippines. It was very wonderful. It's all pretty, and also to WAPES for inviting us today. All right, so my title of presentation today is actually Technology in Public Employment Service to Support Youth in a Smooth Transition from School to Work. All right, so basically, as you can see from my presentation here, it's actually an introduction on what is PERCESO. We started as the main, or I would say the sole social security provider in Malaysia. We started with the first act, which is Employees Social Security Act back in 1969. All right, and then the extension of the Social Security, we moved on to the Self-Employed Social Security Act in 2017, focusing on those who are in freelancers. And last but not least, back in 2017 also, it's actually Employment Insurance System is where I'm coming from. All right, and then as you can see from here, it's actually a complete ecosystem where Social Security protection, as we all know, they will actually provide medical benefit, job matching, and also disability cash management, dependent survivors pension, and funeral benefit. In order to make the ecosystem holistic, all right, so we are mandated to be the National Employment Services Provider back in 2020, that is 3 months before COVID hit us. All right, okay. So what we basically do, we do job matching and placement services, labor market information, and also active labor market programs. All right. All right, so the history of our public employment services. First, we actually cater to our beneficiaries only back in 2007, where we introduced a unit called Return to Work. But Return to Work, we actually get a lot of information from Japan also. That's how Return to Work was established. And then we move on into job placement unit, where we help our beneficiaries who encounter accidents and thus they need another method to secure employment with their current conditions after they have encountered an accident. All right, and then the expansion of Social Security protection back in 2017. We have employment insurance system and also self-employment scheme that will actually protect the employment for those who are in informal and also those who are informal. And last but not least, National Employment Services. PERCASO was mandated on 2020, and we use My Future Jobs as our job portal. I'm quite nervous because WCC is here also, all right? And the extensions covers to all Malaysians. Okay, so when we talk about Malaysia, we have to know the populations that we have in Malaysia. All right, so estimations of Malaysian populations at the moment is about 34 millions, all right? And out of this 34 million, so we have about 16.78 per million. They are actually in formal employment, all right? And another 68, all right, is under the need. And then we have our labor force around 17.3 millions. And as you can see, outside of the labor force is about 7.16 million. Okay, so for the unemployment rate of Malaysia, as you can see, for youth, it's only about 3.2 to 4 at the moment, okay? And this one, okay. And the main, I would say, the challenges in Malaysia's labor market, the first one is skills mismatch and also underemployment, low participations among women, reliance on low-skilled foreign labor, and last but not least, Malaysia too is heading towards aging populations. All right, so here's the task of public employment services in Malaysia. We do active labor market programs where we will try the best for our nationals with the help of employment insurance benefit. All right, because 70% of Malaysia's entire workforce, they are actually covered under PERCASO, which is Social Security. And PERCASO provide inclusive social security scheme like employment injury, self-employment scheme, employment insurance system, and also the latest we introduced housewife social security scheme. All right, so one thing about housewife, even if you are not working, you can actually get your husband to contribute for you. That is one thing about the new scheme that we actually introduced. Okay, and last but not least is actually job placement income benefit with replacement income benefit provision to related on the dedication to desire to engage in the job search under the activations policy. So those who are actually retrenched or opt out for MSS or VSS, in order for them to get the cash allowance benefits and that's all, they actually have to comply to willing to find another job, all right? This is the coverage for My Future Job Employment Services. First, we focus on a retrenched woman, youth graduates. This one is actually for person with disability. We have seniors, we have indigenous people, and also ex-convicts. Okay, so we do a lot of collaborations with our ministries in order for all this to be covered for employment. This is our recruitment services that we are currently doing. The first one, we do interview, we have career fairs, and also we have advocacy for vulnerable groups. Our government actively giving benefits to the employers so that they will actually employ these groups of people. Okay, so the first one, we have talent acquisitions, we have labor market activities, we have job orders, recruitment specialists for niche vacancies and talent outsource, and last but not least is localization. One thing about public employment services in Malaysia, we would encourage employers to advertise their vacancies in My Future Job first before they can actually employ foreign or expatriates to work in Malaysia. Okay, so this is My Future Job, what we use for My Future Job. First, we put National Education Code for Malaysians. We adapt Malaysian Standard Industrial Classification, or we should say that MSIC. And last but not least, ESCO, European Skills, Occupations and Competencies in My Future Jobs. So this is how the AI, I would say the matching algorithm for My Future Jobs happening. As you can see here, we use the taxonomy of MSOC, and then required skills from ESCO, and that's how the job seekers have that matching through our portal, My Future Jobs. And another features in My Future Jobs that we try to help youth, especially on the pathway that they should know on where to go, is we have this My Career Path career planning service, where it actually enables job seekers to understand their respective skill gaps through the matching platform via My Future Jobs. And once they have taken this test, they will actually know the courses that they can actually take in order for them to close the gap that they have. And then once they have identified, they can actually attend training programs and increase their respective employability based on the skill gaps. All right, so as you can see here, our taxonomy manager, we have there occupation, skills, and then training is also under the matching algorithm under our taxonomy manager. And we just launched our My Future Job apps, okay? Because we know in order for us to, together with the youth, we have to build something that is easy for everyone. Because when you have apps, how do we facilitate for youth and also for the school leavers to know about My Future Jobs and to use? That's how we do, and we do programs to introduce the mobile apps. And another newly launched is actually My Future Job Career Explorations. I know some of the delegates have been to Malaysia, and we actually brought them here. So if you guys are planning to come to Malaysia, we have My Future Job Career Exploration Center, where we want you to explore our physical center, and we also have Metaverse. If you know Roblox, that's how we actually try to implement the interview is doing the Metaverse, all right? Okay, so I'm here already. So based on our numbers, this is based on 2024 statistics, we have done job placements for 200K successful placement through My Future Jobs. All right, we have about 1.5 million registered vacancies, and training participants for our beneficiaries, we have about 6,000 people being trained by our training providers. And the total of EIS beneficiaries receiving the benefits is about 49,000. And last but not least, active labor market program spending in Asia Pacific is about 0.19% of GDP on average, all right, which is lower than other regions. This highlights the importance of efficient and impactful programs like ours, all right. Okay, please allow me to do a quick introductions to one of the tools that we have, which is labor market exchange. Even from My Future Job, you can be directed to this. So first, LMX, Labor Market Exchange, what we have here is actually employment tools for students, for educators, for everyone. And then it can actually visualize and give you statistics of the labor market information in Malaysia. All right, so the first one, we have career bridge tool. So what is career bridge tools? It suggests an alternative careers for those transitioning out, or the benefit of career bridge tools, we do career explorations program to school where we brought this. All right, so for career bridging tool, you can actually see here when, let's say, when we go to an educator, you want to advise for your student, where do you want to go next? So by using Career Bridge tool, they will actually, let's say they want to choose account as their main course, right? So they can actually get what are the qualifications offered in Malaysia and our universities. And then from there, it will direct you the list of universities that are offering that. And last but not least, it will bring you to the vacancies that are available based on that particular course. So it's a pathway for the students to know where they should go and what are the possible career that are waiting for them in the labor market. This is very important for the educators, for the students to know the digitalizations that we have done for them in order for them to know what they want to do next. All right. Other than that, we also have a wage guide where actually forecast where you should, the amount of salary that should be receiving with your current age, with the company that you are in right now, and also it will give you this kind of visualizations. Okay. All right, this is the wage growth forecast. We also have with in lmx.perkeso.gov.my. Basically, you can just try to type lmx.perkeso.gov.my and go into LMX. All right, so this is our my Career Exploration Center in New Central Kuala Lumpur. So I hope I gave a little bit of information about Malaysia's labor landscape and also the public employment services. I have to end it here. Thank you so much, organizer, and I would like to try to say something. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Ms. Farab, for that presentation. It was really remarkable how Perkeso empowers the youth to make informed career decisions. Moving on to our last presentation, our presenter will be presenting From Foundation to Future, Cambodia's Digital Public Employment Services Strategy for Youth Workforce Integration. He is the Deputy Director General of the National Employment Agency, Cambodia's Public Employment Service. He is passionate about using digital technology to improve employment services and create better opportunities for young people. In his role, he leads the design of modern career counseling tools to help youth successfully move from school to work. My dear colleagues in public service, may I request for a big round of applause for Deputy Director General Kim Leng Tek.
Hello. Okay. Thank you so much for saving me for the last one. And this is going to be the last presentation of today's panels. Good evening, delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kim Leng Pech. I serve as a Deputy Director General of the National Employment Agency. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the hard work and the warm hospitality of our host, the Department of Labor and Employment of the Philippines and WAPES as well. Today, I will share how Cambodia is transforming public employment services through digital innovation with strong focus on helping young people who are entering the workforce. We will look at what has been achieved, what challenges exist, and what are the next steps for NEA. So first, I will give you a brief overview of Cambodia Public Employment Services, and then how we, NEA, integrate technology into our public employment services. And third, we present some challenges while we integrate technology into our public employment services. And last but not least, the plan for the future of Cambodian public employment services. So my colleagues from NEA earlier also introduced NEA to all of you. So I will not bore you with all the detail. The NEA, or the National Employment Agency, was established in 2009. So we have been serving public employment services for almost 3 decades. And if you want to find NEA or the National Employment Agency, we are residing in the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. NEA joined WAPES in 2013, and we have joined projects as well. This is how we deliver our services to our audience and to our target groups. So far, we have 14 job centers across the nations. But as you can see that we cannot cover the rest of the country. And that is why we have another 7 mobile job centers. So mobile job center come in the form of a van and a bus. So we travel around the city, especially to the areas where we don't have the job centers. And besides that, to ensure that Cambodians receive the public employment services, we also just opened 3 more job center branches at Aeon Mall. And if you happen to travel to Cambodia, you probably noticed that Cambodians love going to Aeon Mall. One is a Japanese mall, especially during dry season, they always go there. So the initiative here is that we would like to reach out to the people as much as we can. And also, we have also come up with another 5 career corners. We have a lot of names for different centers. Career Corner is actually part of the collaboration between the National Employment Agency and the Union Youth Federations of Cambodia, because Union Youth Federations of Cambodia, or UYFC, work closely with youth. And they have offices all across Cambodia. So by establishing the Career Corner next to the UYFC, we're actually moving the public employment services even closer to the youth. And our target groups are job seekers, employers, and training providers. And these are the services for all our target groups. So for job seekers, the main functions is more about jobs registration, job seeker registration, and finding a placement for them. And we also help with the employer by posting the announcement vacancy. And also we have promote the training course for training provider as well. One of the, I would not call Cambodian public employment services a fully digitalization just yet. We only just integrate into technology by providing accessibility to all people, especially from those from the rural area through websites. So we have our own website where they can find job announcements and also apply for job there. With the 3 mobile apps, we have we have 3 mobile apps, and for different functions. And recently, just a few days ago, NEA had just successfully hosted a national career and productivity fair on the 1st and 2nd of November. So because we only host the career fair in Phnom Penh, in the capital city, and we can see that many Cambodian youth, especially from the rural area, cannot come to the city. So we also have our own website, which is called careerfair.nea.gov.kh, where we also share the vacancy that is available during the fair on the website. And those job seekers who cannot attend in person, they can also apply for jobs through the website. And this year we have over 150 companies and looking for 30,000 vacancies. And each year we have over 50,000 visitors visit our own career fair websites. And besides that, NEA also try to reach out to youth and through other social media platforms. And as you can see that the most popular one is TikTok. And currently we are working with influencers as well, trying to promote the public employment services to reach out to youth. Okay, and this is probably this is a new initiative, and maybe this is new to some of you as well. This is called the Mobile Public Service Counters. Is one of the initiatives by our Minister of Labor and Vocational Training, and you probably wonder what is that. So Mobile Public Service Counter is a kiosk, like a machine, and so far we have over 100 kiosks all across the city and in some of the job centers. And those counters can also be accessed through a mobile app as well. So this kiosk put all the services that are provided by the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training together, which including the job seeker registration service, employer registration service. This is what's part of NEA's. And we also promote skill and TVET enrollment through that app as well. And overseas job registration service for those who wish to work overseas. And for registration for the National Social Security Fund member, and the unlimited public service tracking. This is where you can keep track of the documents and the process if you're using one of the service provided by the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. And the other two is the anonymous complaint box. This is where the general public can file complaint if the process of providing employment service takes too long through the apps and through the counter as well, and also have the suggestions box. While integrating technology into public employment services in Cambodia, we also face some challenges as well. And one of that is the limited rural accessibility. That is why we're trying to come up with the mobile job centers and can move around so that we can reach out to those people in the rural area. And digital literacy is also a challenge as well. And also low user engagement. To be honest, if you look at our website, the only thing that you can find is the announcement, and you can only apply for jobs. And there's no many other functions that would keep job seekers coming back. And this is what we part of the next plan for NEA as well to work on. And system operations and maintenance, this is where it's probably a big challenge for us, especially the lack of experience and also expert in the IT field. So for the next step for the future Cambodian public service employment services, this is actually part of projects, a 5-year project under the World Bank projects. We have two main components, and this is going to be the next 5 years, and we're going to see the fully digitalization of Cambodian public employment services. And one is that we're focusing on strengthening the labor market information system, LMIs. And the other one is leveraging search supports and career guidance, and everything have to be digitalized. So for now, if job seeker would like to seek career guidance or career counseling, they have to come to the office so in person, in order to receive those services. So under this project, and we call Skill for Better Job project, we plan to digitalize career counseling and career guidance services so that we have the virtual chat box, we have the AI chat box, and other forms of career counseling, so to ensure that everyone can receive the public employment services. And also we focus on building capacity for our officials and staff as well, because in order to make sure that it's sustainable, then we need to make sure that our team is strong to fix or to maintain any issue while we having all of the problem. That's the end of my quick presentation, and thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Deputy Director General Kim Leng Pak. Once again, a big hand for him, please. As we are about to conclude this session, I wish to address this question to all our three panelists. While technology creates opportunities, it can also deepen inequalities for youth lacking access to digital tools or connectivity. What policies or regional initiatives can ensure that digital transformation in public employment services remains inclusive and responsive to the groups in vulnerable situations? Sir Sabado, you wish to answer it first?
Hello. Yes, thank you very much for the question. 3 points. The first one, any public promulgation or regulation has to be inclusive by design, right? We should already think that whatever we will put in place in terms of a regulatory framework should have that in mind. Second, probably is making sure that we have access to multiple teams. It's not just digital, it could be face-to-face. It could also be online. This allows us to make sure that those that are digital savvy and those that are not have equal access.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Farah?
All right, so to ensure the digitalization happening for youth in Malaysia, so I would actually touch on the strategic communications that we have with our other ministries. For example, from our side, Ministry of Human Resources, we actually keep in touch with the Ministries of Youth also. So the integrations of their data with our My Future Jobs, it helps us to touch the youth more, and for us to give one program, we call that as Career Launchpad programs. It's only for graduates, and we ensure that once they have gotten the employment, the company meet the contribution of Social Security to them. So that's how we actually monitor about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Director Peck, please.
The mic is already on. I think digitalization is good, but to make sure that everyone have the access to that, we have to ensure that the provider need to make sure that this is accessible for all. So in the case of Cambodia, so if we were to upgrade it, the public employment services to all digitalized, then we also plan to equip the digital tools and also upgrade, refurbish our job centers to catch up with the digitalization as well. For example, we probably have more tablets and computers for those, especially in the rural area, youth in the rural area where they don't have access to devices and computer. And also, as part of that, the mobile job center will also equip with digital tools like computers and gadgets, other gadgets as well, so that when we travel around, and the youth can also use that to register, to find information, and also to access to career guidance and counseling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. for the engaging discussion and for the valuable insights you three have shared with us this afternoon, or is it evening already? On behalf of the organizers, we extend our sincere appreciation to our distinguished presenters, Mr. Arsenio Sabado, Ms. Farah Wahida Anwar, Deputy Director General Kim Leng Pek, and of course, all of us here for your thoughtful questions and contribution. We have truly enriched our understanding and perspective of the influences on overseas workers, policies to secure the labor force in a shrinking working age population, and skill shortages due to the demographic changes. With that, we formally conclude our panel session for this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you very much to our moderator, Mr. Romualdo Garcia. Big hand for him once again, please. And of course, to the rest of our resource speakers in this panel discussion. Thank you for those enlightening discussions for today and examples on digital innovation for youth employment.
And now to award our plaque of appreciation along with tokens, we call on stage the Assistant Secretary, Adeline De Castro, together with Assistant Secretary Leonard Constantine Serrano and Assistant Secretary Joel Gonzalez, to now present our certificate or plaque of appreciation and tokens to our presenters and moderator.
The following will be receiving the plaque of appreciation. Global Chief Human Resources Officer of Jollibee Foods Corporation, Mr. Arsenio M. Sabado. Deputy Director General, National Employment Agency, Kim Leng Pek. Head of Capacity Building, Employment Services, Employment Insurance System, Pertubuhan, Kasalimatan Sosyal, Farah Wahida Anwar. And our moderator will be receiving a citation as well, the National President for 2026 to 2028, PESOMAP Incorporated, Mr. Romualdo Garcia. Thank you very much and congratulations once again to this group of our panel session, to our distinguished moderator and our panelists. Once again, a big hand to everybody who took on the stage and shared the pieces of information for our today's affair.